Accountability. What is it? It's really about taking responsibility for one's actions and taking care of other people. Texas injury benefit programs peel away the complexities and apply common sense to doing the right thing and being accountable. Joining me today is Kent Williamson from Settle Pew. Welcome, Kent. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm an attorney here in Dallas, and I'm in a practice group that represents employers who sponsor injury benefit plans. I've been doing this type of work for about 20 years, and that's all we do.
I understand there's tens of thousands of claims every year, but you never hear about the good results. Can you share some with us?
This was a situation where we had a long-term employee working at this big distribution center. And one of his job assignments was to clean out the interior of a room that was used to ripen bananas.
You mean make green bananas yellow?
Exactly. Okay. And they do that by pumping nitrogen into the room. But one of the effects of it is it makes the room dirty, and it has to be cleaned periodically.
So how do you clean it?
The room is cleaned with a combination of soap and a power washer that's used to power wash the walls. You're not only washing the floor, but you're washing the walls, everything in there. It's a food product and has to meet certain FDA guidelines. The room is a room, if you were to walk into it or see it from the outside, it looks like a simple door, no window. You open the door and the room is at a lower temperature. It's not freezing, but it's about 45 degrees in there. Bananas have been cleared out and the power washer is brought in by the employee, and it's connected. The employee was taking the hose from the power washer up to the first level catwalk and the second level catwalk. When you get there, he'd wash the walls. As he was going from the first level catwalk to the second, he fell and landed in such a way that he broke his spine at the neck.
Wow. And
he was immediately paralyzed from the neck down.
After he fell, you said there's no windows. How long did it take for them to find him?
Well, there's no windows and the power washer was on. And so folks who would walk by who would know he would be in there cleaning heard the power washer on, so they assumed he was in there cleaning. And he laid on the floor, conscious, for over 3 hours, knowing that he couldn't move his arms or legs.
So Kent, typically these employers have a cap on their benefits of 2 or 3 years, even though they have unlimited exposure liability. How does it work in this particular case?
Not only was there a cap on as far as time on the benefits, but there was a cap on the dollar amount. And the dollar amount in this case was probably adequate for 99.9% of the cases this employer would ever expect to see. But this was that one-off case. That's one of the good things about non-subscription, because it provides you with the ability to have options to basically take a situation like this that is a complicated, catastrophic case and get those benefits that particular employee will need for the rest of their lives and put that in place for them.
So in addition to the lifetime medical care, which is a big piece and quite expensive, what about pain and suffering? How do you address that issue? Because you don't have it in workers' comp, but how does it work?
Because the employer in non-subscription in Texas is exposed to tort liability, which would include what we call soft damages, pain and suffering, mental anguish, disfigurement, things like that. Because of that, those elements of damage are taken into account anytime you settle a case.
How do you account for families? I mean, it's a personalized approach.
Not only did the employee have a wife, but he also had dependent children. And, immediately, in an instant, those dependent children went from being dependent, and he was dependent on them.
Well, he was the provider.
Right.
So what did you do?
So the roles are flip-flopped. Well, they were taken into account as far as the evaluation that we did, allocating certain amounts of money to take care of those dependent children until they reached a certain age, and also to provide payments to that family to the extent that they would be providing care for the injured employee, which would supplement, caregivers from outside the home.
Well, that's an accountability that goes way beyond anything that I've experienced in workers' compensation.
Well, it's really the ultimate accountability being exposed to the full range of tort damages and being deprived of common law defenses. You're accountable, but you're also motivated as an employer, and you're motivated to have the safest workplace possible.
So can you tell me how you finally resolved this case?
The team that we talked about that was put in place, which consisted of the medical providers, it consisted of a nurse case manager, actuaries, insurance professionals on the primary and excess coverage layer. All together, we met multiple times, came up with a plan and how we wanted to try to get the case resolved.
Again, I want to thank you for coming today and sharing your wisdom about how these claims are handled. It really emphasizes the point of accountability and how it's a team effort to really work together to ensure that injured workers are given the best treatment possible and really taken care of.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for joining us. For more information, please visit ARAWC.org.